Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Marissa. I am a mom of 5 and I make videos helping you navigate through motherhood with more peace, joy and satisfaction in your everyday life. Today I will be sharing 15 non-essential baby items that you do not need in 2022. And a lot of these items are quite popular, so maybe you'll find this interesting. Before we get into it, if while you're watching the video you find this video helpful or interesting, please click the like button and subscribe because I release a new video every single Wednesday all about motherhood and all that fun stuff. Item number 1 that I never use is a baby bath. So I have always bathed my babies. I just put them in the bottom of the bathtub and wash them as is. If I don't do that, I will shower with them. Of course, take caution. I don't actually use soap with my newborns. Might sound a bit grotty, but honestly it's not. They're so clean anyway. I just use water because they're precious little skins. Item number 2 that I have never used is a change table. I've always had a nursery and I have had their cot in there and their drawers, but I have never used a change table. With my firstborn, I did have a change table, but I found it more of an effort to take him into the room to change him as opposed to just changing him wherever I was. So now, after having 5 babies, I keep a pack of wipes and a few nappies in every single room of the house in a little basket, and so if there needs to be a nappy change, I will just pull it out from wherever it's stored in that room and change them on the floor there. Item number 3 is wraps. And when I'm saying wraps, I'm meaning the baby wraps that you like tie behind you and they're super soft and stretchy. I did not enjoy using them. I found a baby carrier a lot more practical and easy to use. So again, not a fan of them, but I will say a lot of mums do rave about them. So look, give it a try. If it's not for you, then grab a carrier instead. Next item that I do not use is a cot. Now I do use a cot when baby is 6 months or above, but when they are just a newborn, I have always co-slept and used a bassinet to place baby in during the day. And so if you're short on space or you live in a really cramped home, don't feel the need to have a specific cot because you can just put them in those tiny bassinets that fit next to your bed anyway. So yeah, never used a cot. The next thing I do not buy for newborns is any fancy clothes. Now with my first 2 babies, I did make this mistake. I got so excited and I purchased everything that was so cute, but once baby was born, we never left the house anyway. I was just at home with them all alone, and so they just live in Bond's Wonder Suits because they were the easiest and most practical for baby to wear. So ditch the fancy clothes. If you gifted some, then great, use them, but honestly it's just a waste of money. Another thing a lot of mums swear by, again, but I have never found the need for it, and that is a noise machine. So you know those noise machines that make white noise? I have always had to put a fan on in the room, and I feel like that has done the job for us. This next one is a heart monitor, and I'm going to include a baby monitor in this as well. I have never used a baby monitor, which is the cameras that you stick onto the cots or bassinet to keep an eye on them when you are out of the room. I have never found the need for that. In saying that, if you are a first-time mum, I completely understand why you would want to have that there for them to give you peace of mind. The other thing that I mentioned that I've never used is a heart monitor, and I will tell you why. When my eldest was first born, I did have a heart monitor. Basically, you place it underneath the mattress of their bassinet and it would go off multiple times during the night, and so I was more stressed out than I already was being a first-time mum. And so what I did was I got rid of the heart monitor because it kept going off, and I kept baby with me in the bed. For some of you that might sound a bit contradicting and like strange, because for a lot of people who aren't as educated with what co-sleeping is and the benefits of it, it might seem a bit scarier for you. But the reason why I took the heart monitor away was because nothing was actually wrong with baby. It was just the heart monitor was playing up. Again, if that is something that will help you and do the opposite and give you more peace of mind, then by all means go ahead and get one. Toys. Baby toys. I understand the concept of it, to get them looking at things and be interested, but honestly, babies don't care about toys. I understand when it comes to learning the concept of it, especially your motor skills, but honestly, they're babies, like they will grab anything and learn that way anyway. So newborn toys, don't even bother. Moving on, bottle sterilizers or warmers. I have never used a bottle sterilizer. I will just wash the bottles out, chuck them in a hot pot of water on the stove, and then boil them and let them air dry. In regards to heating babies' bottles, again, not gonna lie, I don't heat up bottles. If I feed baby formula, I won't heat it up, and if it is frozen breast milk, I will let it defrost in the fridge, and then I will pop the bag that it's in into a mug of hot water and let it heat up for like a minute, and then feed baby. The next thing is kind of for mum, but it is baby related, and that is a rocking chair. A lot of women invest a lot of money into fancy rocking chairs for their nursery or in their bedroom, so that when baby wakes up, they can feed them in there and be nice and comfortable. Again, I have never actually had a rocking chair. I should tell you guys that, so I don't know if it's worth the investment, but me not having one has never made a difference in my breastfeeding journey, so take that as you will. The next thing is a baby gate, and yes, this isn't for newborns, it's more relatable to babies who can crawl, but if you're thinking about baby gating and baby proofing everything, I never did. Not to say you shouldn't, but for me, with all 5 of my babies, I have never baby proofed anything, and I've never used a gate. I did get a gate once for the toy room when we moved into this house, but all it did was damage the walls, and the kids would just cry and like bang against it. That's why it damaged the walls, and so we have just never used them. Instead, we discipline our kids and teach and train them what they should touch, what's okay to play with, and what they should not touch. So obviously things like power outlets and going into the kitchen while I'm cooking can be a little bit dangerous, so we just train them not to do those things, and that's how we do it. And then there is the bouncer. So this little thing here, the thing you place baby in and you like push it down and it will bounce them. I've never used that. I find that baby, I don't know, like I've just always placed baby on a mat or in his bassinet and they're happy, so I've never used one of those either. Following on with that is a baby nest, and I'll put a picture here, but I'm not sure if other people outside of Australia have this, but a nest is where you put the newborns into and it keeps them nice and snug. Thinking of the concept, I'm sure it works really well, but I've never used it and I've never found the need to. You don't need it if you can't afford it, because I know that they can be a bit pricey. Next is shoes. Honestly, little babies, their feet are so precious and still like all squished up from being in your womb that the shoes won't even go on their feet. And when it is, they hate it and they will kick it off and wriggle their way out of the shoes anyway. So shoes never work on babies. Don't buy them. Someone has started mowing their lawn, so I apologize if you can hear that in the background. But the next thing that I have found no use for is baby size items. So think of baby size towels or a baby hairbrush. I've never used any of that. The babies have such small amount of hair that I will just, after their bath, I'll just use the towel and like wipe their hair down, and that does the job. Like, what's the point? It's adorable, but what's the point? So let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me on a lot of these points. If you've never used these items before too, let me know. Or if you have found one of these items or multiple really helpful, then again, share your experience below, because I'm just one mum. Every single mum is different, and depending on your baby will change the things that you find helpful or not. So if you are a first-time mum or you are having another baby and you've forgotten what you need for your baby, then I have made another video like this. It is called 15 Essential Newborn Baby Items, and I will leave the video here for you guys to go and watch now. So head over there, and I will see you guys next week, same time, same place. Bye.